And also shout out Draymond Green for saying this over the weekend. This is what we're talking about on the Warriors having yet to offer him a contract.
For starters, I am still unsigned. I have no contract offer. The Warriors haven't offered me a contract yet, so I'm still unsigned. Hoping for an offer at some point in the near future. No, I'm just joking. However, I am unsigned still and waiting. As I told you all when this first kicked off that, we were going to be patient. We were going to figure it all out, and we will figure it out. No one's patience have worn thin. My patience haven't worn thin. Rich Paul's patience haven't worn thin. Neither have the Warriors' patience worn thin, or anyone else for that matter. I saw a post the other day about starting players in the NBA, superstars in the NBA, the length of time they've been a free agent. And I just want to throw my hat in that bucket. My free agency days are growing by the day. Not that I'm a superstar, although y'all talk about me like I'm one. But yeah, so make sure y'all got that ticker going. My days are going up.
This guy. First off, when he's like, just joking, like, his sarcasm button does not work. Draymond, I love you. Sarcasm is not one of your fortes.
So let me ask this question. If Draymond opted out for the nobility of trying to bring in LeBron James,
which is what it was,
and they didn't really get LeBron James, and if he leaves, are people going to see this in a different way? Because it seemed like he got a lot of credit for opting out to make room for LeBron James. And I was like, oh, that might be an aspect of it. But Draymond does things for Draymond. Like, yes, there's no doubt that there was an aspect of him opting out because it would be more amicable for the team to be able to make certain moves. But at the end of the day, he also wanted to make sure he wanted to get taken care of.
Well, would it be a bad look at all, I guess, if the Warriors...
Well, if he teamed up with LeBron? Yes.
Well, I was thinking from the Warriors' perspective. Oh. Like, would it be a bad look on Dunleavy if Draymond acted in good faith saying, yeah, I'll opt out here for I'm going to opt out, guys, so we can go pursue LeBron James. You don't get LeBron. And Mike says, actually, we're going to go in another direction. We're not going to offer you a contract at all. Now, that goes against, right?
Could you imagine? Draymond would be mad forever.
Probably, but
wow.
Let's just throw that out there, potentially. I mean, I can only take Draymond on his word. This was the latest sound, Joe, over the weekend. He's saying that they haven't offered him a contract. Why? Why haven't they offered him any?
What's his value? Where do you put his contractual value?
What was he supposed to make?
One for 28, which was an overpay.
Okay. All the reports also said he'd be willing, if you're going to sign him to a multi-year extension, right, to take lesser for the first, year if you're adding people. They haven't really added much. So does he still want that $28 million? Is that it? And if that's the case, do you spread that over just 2 years? And how do you spread it? Is it as simple as 14-14? Do you front load it into this year and the next year it's cheaper? I don't know.
I just look at all these signings and look at all the money that's all over the place. So you're telling, so just in this hypothetical, let's just say it's 1 year, 28.
This is all hypothetical.
Let's just go 1 year, 28, just to start with. Jalen Brunson's making 37 this year. In what world is Draymond Green, if Jalen Brunson's making 37, if we're going fair market value, in what world is he worth that?
He's not.
Currently.
But he was worth that with the Warriors this past year.
No, he was not. No, he was not.
This, meaning this upcoming year, that's what his contract stated.
Sure. And we all acknowledge that contract was probably an overpay.
But
right?
I don't think he views it that way, Joe.
Well, then he needs to get a little more.
He doesn't view it that way.
More real.
Does Lacob view it that way? That's another question. That's his boy.
Well, I'm sure Lacob, as he was scouring the league, seeing all these deals that were should be happening, has a pretty good feel for who's underpaid and who's overpaid.
Lacob, he admitted it with you and Bonte on our airwaves that Draymond came up to his house to get the contract finished. He wanted that contract done, and Lacob was like, okay, let's do it. Let's go. So Joe loves him. I'm assuming he wants him back. Now, does Mike Dunleavy want him back? I don't know. Why haven't they offered a contract yet? Is this all just going to play itself out, and as we're just going to take Draymond on his word? Hey, no patience is wearing thin, and we're all on the same page, whatever.
I would stick to the same operating thought, which is I'm not trying to have any more extra years for really anybody after next year. I'm letting money come off the books, but I'm not giving him $28 million for 1 year. He could have just opted in. I think it's a crazy overpay.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGNZ FM and HD1 San Francisco and Odyssey Sports Station, and the home of the Golden State Warriors and Valkyries. Always live on the free Odyssey app, coming to you live from the Laughing Monk Studios.
I mean, look, Joe. Everyone counting somebody's pockets. It's an NBA salary cap.
Pocket watching?
How much do you think Draymond's made in his career?
Ooh, a couple hundred. Yeah.
$228 million.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
That's not even counting the endorsements.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure he wants to get another payday, but like part of why they've been in the situation in terms of limited trade pieces to begin with is because they've been handing out money like this that no one else around the league thinks is good value. Even Kuminga last year on the $24 million one-year deal had less value than we all thought, correct?
Correct.
So Draymond around that price point at significantly older probably doesn't carry a lot of value around the league.
I wonder why
is everybody afraid to just say
I'm not afraid. No, I just
don't
curious.
understand why we can't have he's a great player. He's been paid a long time. He got a big contract. It's probably not the smartest thing to bring him back.
I'm just curious if he actually leaves the Warriors. That would be nuts. It would be. But in a weird way, I think LeBron opting to go to Philly opens up a door for him if he wants to join him. And that's another aspect in it.
Well, what if
how would Warrior fans feel if he does take lesser money and he goes over there?
I'll be rooting for him.
Would you be?
Yeah, I would.
I wonder if Warrior fans would agree with that.
There'd be mixed feelings.
To choose LeBron at the end of his career over Steph.
See, I think
because that's essentially what you're doing.
No, I think people see these things very black and white. To me, it's very gray. So Draymond, all-time great, legend, warrior, whatever. But is he the greatest fit for moving forward? At the right price, I could be talked into it.
Right.
But look, they've wrung the towel dry on being able to win with him, and he's been awesome, and they don't win anything without him. Is he the greatest moving forward? Well, looking at this roster, probably not.
You know who he reminds me of? He's like in baseball when you have that aging DH hitter.
Oh, okay.
But that's like an elite bat still. Like you want this guy on your team, but it's like a luxury to have him, right? It's like adding that if you're a Dodgers or you're, whoever is a contender right now, the Yankees, et cetera, et cetera. That's kind of where Draymond's at in this portion of his career. He's that DH clutch hitter you want in a big-time moment. But it's the defensive version of that. You want him going up against a Kawhi Leonard, right?
I was going to go more like aging used to be great closer.
Oh, okay.
And now he could be an elite setup man in certain spots. But in particular, you bring him in for the playoffs.
But there you go. Both of what we're saying is they're limited.
Yes.
They're more limited than they used to be.
But I like the analogy.
Right? That's kind of where Draymond's at. He's a luxury for a team like Philadelphia or for a team like Oklahoma City or San Antonio. They would love to have a player of his caliber on there. Now, that's another aspect is, would he be coming off the bench over there, right? And most of those places you would assume yes. Philadelphia, what's their starting lineup right now?
It's
Jalen.
Edgecombe.
VJ Edgecombe. There you go,
and
right?
Maxey.
And Maxey.
And then you got LeBron.
And Joel Embiid.
Jalen Brown and Joel Embiid.
Yeah. God, that's a sick. That's a sick starting five, dude.
I'm telling you, dude.
Oh my
Next
God.
Sixers is going to be an incredible playoff series.
Oh my God.
It is.
Could you imagine, real quick?
I mean, look.
Imagine. So LeBron goes
made
there.
the right decision.
LeBron goes there 2 years, $8 million. Draymond Green goes there for 2 years. I don't even know, but it's just financially. Maybe he takes $6 million. Does something crazy like that. He's lockstep with LeBron over there. And he comes off the bench. So not only does he join LeBron elsewhere, he's willing to come off the bench to do it. That would be such a kick in the nuts
He'd be a
to
perfect
Warriors
Philly.
fan. Oh my God.
Philly athlete.
Oh, I think Philly would love him.
They would love
They
Draymond.
would love Draymond Green.
They would absolutely eat him up.
It sounds absurd. They might love Draymond, the player/person, more than LeBron. I'm serious. Philly loves those kind of
They do.
hard-nosed,
They do.
blue-collar kind of a
He'd be
guy.
perfect.
Tough. They would love it. A little borderline dirty, but they love that stuff over in Philly. They do. It's okay. It's okay to admit it. We love Draymond. You got to have a little nastiness. He'd be perfect for them because that is kind of what the team's missing, right? A little nasty over in Philadelphia. They need a little bit of that. especially if you're going up against a team like the Knicks, who Draymond would love to go up against because he was talking so much smack about them forever.
It is weird seeing LeBron photoshopped in a Sixers jersey.
Although
it's just weird.
I do love that they photoshopped the AI black Sixers jersey from like year 2000. It's pretty sick. I'm not going to lie.
God, Maxey's so good.
When's the schedule coming out? Did we got it out yet? Adam Silver was crying about it. No, not yet. We waiting for Draymond's decision? I think that's what we're waiting for next. Draymond's decision, because the Golden State Warriors have yet to offer him a contract, Dub Nation. How are we feeling about that? 888-957-9570 is the number.
I keep coming back to LeBron James. All that stuff about your family meant nothing.
It goes to Philadelphia.
It's just like I was like breaking down videos and comments
Hey, real quick on that.
What the hell?
The only people that are truly down bad waking up this morning is Cleveland fans. Oh my God. Cleveland sports fan is down bad.
Can I introduce you to James Harden?
No, you cannot. I thought you were going to go Deshaun Watson. I thought that's where you were going to go. No. Can I introduce you to Jose Ramirez? There you go. Hip, hip, Jose. Brian, Palo Alto. Been waiting for this call.
You'll be happy.
Brian, good morning.
Hey, guys. Good morning. How you doing?
No LeBron. I'm bummed.
It's a beautiful day, though, you know? Yeah, you know, I honestly, I didn't truly expect it to happen, right? In the same way, you know, it's like fool me once, you know, fool me twice, fool me 37 times on, you know, false flags and rumors of impending free agents or trades the Warriors are going to make. So I just don't believe, you know, I don't believe they'll get anything done ever, really, right? So we're seeing all the Trey Murphy rumors now, and it's like, come on, how stupid do you think we are, you know?
Hey, Brian, real quick. Do you believe Rich Paul when he said the Warriors finished top 2 in the sweepstakes?
I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe not. I have no idea. But, yeah, I think, you know, it is... Look, I think two things we can live in duality, right? We can celebrate Lacob for what he was as an owner in the early years, right? In the years, 2013, 14 through 2020, 2021. And we can also be honest about what he's been the last 4 or 5 years. He's been a bad owner for half a decade now, right? And it all begins and ends with talent in the front office, of which they have none. You went from the most talented front office in all of basketball to the least talented front office in all of basketball. You have a GM who would not be hired by a single other of the 32 teams in the NBA to be their GM. And probably because Lacob wants to have a strong voice in basketball matters, which, again, that's his right, was the same right for Jerry Jones, right? In the same way Jerry Jones, you can credit him for everything the Cowboys were in the beginning and for hiring Jimmy Johnson. That was an incredible hire.
Yeah, but time out.
Sure.
Yeah. Jerry Jones also didn't just do whatever Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin wanted them to do. And I do feel like all the moves that Joe Lacob has done has been in concert with Steve Kerr and Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Like those are 3 names I haven't heard you say. I agree with some of what you got.
Look, if you want to be the top dog and you want to run the show, you got to own the consequences. Okay, so you can't say the CEO says, "Well, I missed my numbers, you know, for 5 straight years." But hey, the VP of sales is on board, right? Or my other leadership, you can't do it. Sorry. You own it or you don't, right? So he's the owner. And, you know, by the way, he's incredibly quiet these days, right? Not a lot of, you know, you can't sell your agenda just through Tim Kawakami's podcast, right? You can't, you know, I get it, but everybody's wise to Tim shilling for a Lacob, right? Through, you know, his article and through his podcast. So everyone knows that's what's going to happen. Get out and talk to people, engage. That's what I'd say to Lacob, because, you know, the perception of him right now isn't super high. And, but yeah, that's my take is, the path back to the war.
You really think Jimmy Butler,
thanks, Brian.
You really think Jimmy Butler has value? I keep coming back to this. Who wants Jimmy Butler?
I like how he said get out and talk to people. We got mad at him for emailing fans. He literally did, and we got mad at him for it. He was talking to the everyman, and we said, I don't like when my owner does that.
I would have kept some of those things to myself.
Oh, but But I appreciated that he was trying to talk to the fans.